Yeah. Yeah, roughly like that. Too close, too close. The second guy definitely too close. See, you're very off again from the start. Yeah, very off from the top one, very off. Maybe you can use your ruler vertically to help you. Something like that. Yeah, roughly lah, roughly. At least it's not very different, right? At least, yeah.
Yeah.
Roughly, yeah. So that is very confusing later. Yeah, erase that guy definitely. Okay, good. So roughly like that, yeah. Now, observe me drawing sine, cosine, and tangent. Elliot, you are by nature, you have a good handwriting, right?
I think so.
I'm much better than other boys. I've been seeing a lot of nice handwriting from boys recently, like, yeah. I mean, to be fair, yeah, but yours are one of the best. You will be unhappy if your drawing is not nice, correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to use that nature to your advantage. Okay. I'm saying that at least at the start, no need so fast. You'll get used to it and you'll be faster one. But if you are already not nice at the start, that's not the right thing to learn, because again, there's some things that relies on the accurate drawing, right? So watch me how I draw sine graph nicely and make sure you're also drawing it nicely. Okay, watch out. So for the sine graph, right, I know that it is going to be roughly this shape, because like that, roughly. That's not the drawing. That's roughly. In my mind, I see that, correct?
Yeah.
I do freehand like that. Obviously, it's very ugly one. Okay, and this won't be good for my working, definitely not. So I help myself. To me, I just need two help points there. I just two help points based on my image in my mind. Make sense?
Yeah.
Exactly. The two help points. Do that, please, Elliot. The two help points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does it have to be in the same height as the X?
I think so, because that is exactly at this and this, correct? That's how the should be, right? So around there, right? Definitely there, right? And then the second one is in the wrong position, because look, I imagine like that. See, it's not correct to be there. In the middle, that crosses zero, right?
Yeah.
So where is the second help point? Is around there. Yes. Good. Okay. And you see with your mind, you can start to see the sine graph already. What? Correct?
Yeah.
That means your help point is not meant to help you imagine. No. You imagine first, then you help yourself, because help points are for accuracy, not for imagination. If you cannot imagine the sine graph, go and memorize the shape. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now we freehand. Freehand is partly the practice lah. So I have to freehand using a drawing pad. It's very annoying. See, it's not very nice one. See, it's not very nice. You go and freehand. You go and freehand. I think drawing is a very bad experience for drawing accurate stuff. It's not nice at all. I think it's easier using real pen and paper. Hopefully, you have a better experience then. Yeah, I'm getting used to it. Yeah, not the best, but that's what I have, right? For your first free hand, it looks quite nice. You'll improve one, but this looks very nice already. Okay. And what I want you to do right now is to freehand until you're happy. Yeah? Until you're happy, you can erase one more time. And then I'm going to ask you to draw with pen. I'm going to make it permanent. So certainly you must be confident of your freehand first, right? Before you draw with pen. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead. Go ahead. Make yourself confident of your freehand. You can erase if you want to, and then permanent it using a pen.
For when you draw the graph, the end here cannot pass through, or
You must hit exactly. Correct or not?
yeah.
Does it make sense? That's how a sine graph looks like. Start exactly and hit exactly. Okay. Make sure you're confident, not too long, and then permanent pen, please. Looking very nice. Okay. The third one, not so nice. The fourth one, even worse. But to me, this is very nice. To me, to me, this is, sorry. To me, this is more than acceptable in exam if we are going for practical purpose. Okay. It's gonna give you good results in exam. Okay. Because sometimes accuracy matters. You'll see later.
Yeah.
You want to make it better, you can. Your quadrant 4 not very nice. Your quadrant 3 not very nice. Your quadrant 1, quadrant 2 nicer. If you want to, you can. But this is good enough for exam. You understand?
Yeah.
Decide what you want. You can go better than this. I won't forget that. It's nice. Just permanent it in one more try, I hope. Right? You can already go for permanent ink. Ready for permanent?
Yeah.
Now, listen to me. You erase, then you permanent. You don't get to trace. You understand?
Okay.
Okay, be confident on your so to speak your muscle memory lah. You have been training your hand, right? So you will get it, right? Just don't forget the help point. Right. Okay. Okay, now permanent ink. Very reasonable. Now, Elliot, hear me out. Permanent everything else. That means the y-axis, you permanent it. The dot, dot, dot midline, you also permanent it. And then the four, 1, 2, 3, 4, you also permanent it using your ink. Because we're going to do a lot of erase and draw, erase and draw. This part should be permanent. That makes your life easier. Lah. Nice. Yep. And that. Nice. The y-axis also. Very good. Okay. Are you happy with your permanent drawing?
Yes.
Later, it will be very useful because you'll see later. You'll see later. Now, we're going to do the same with cosine, okay? This is the standard lah for sine and then for cosine. Now, for cosine, I start with my help point. Imagine the cosine graph first, right? The help point is not after imagine. It's not before imagine, it's after imagine. Imagine that the shape looks like that. Something like that, can? Very ugly lah.
Yeah.
Okay, so where's my help point? Where to me, you can do whatever help point you want. To me, I will just guide myself like that, and like that. Okay, you can add as many help points as you like. So the standard is a nice drawing. Mine is not very nice. You can tell, right? I'm hitting all the points, but the shape is not very nice. So I try again. Okay, not very nice also at the end. I'll try one more time. There. It's not the nicest, but something like that. Okay. As you can tell by now, the scale matters a lot, right? The fourth division, correct or not?
Yeah.
That's why you do it quite nicely. Your graph becomes nice, as simple as that. You can also see why I asked you to do double line. If you do single line, it's gonna be very crushed and not nice at all, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do your cosine, that's the standard. Okay. Do better than me. As per usual, pencil first until you're confident, erase, go for pen. Right? Right? Not the nicest, but a good start, right? Yeah, Ines, I can see you. Can you hear?
Hello.
Yes, Ines. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool.
Are you doing camera math today?
Testing. Okay, try again. Speak to me, please.
Are we doing camera math today?
All right. I uh, I propose that we oh my goodness, but tomorrow is very crowded. Let's do math lah. Let's do math, right? Because we try to give math the better slot.
Okay.
So is it the 2019?
Yeah.
Okay. Elliot, tell me when you are done making the cosine permanent. Yeah? Sorry.
Wait, Kak, for
Yeah.
the cosine graph, at the start, do I need to have like a straight line or can just drop straight away?
If you look at your sine graph, because sine graph is a guide, you can see that there is a slightly straight part. You see that? It's not a direct drop.
Yeah.
Correct, right? So because your first scale in the cosine graph is a bit short, that's why you struggle a little bit. That's why lah. That's all. It could have been wider there. But in general, there is a slightly straight part.
Yeah.
Okay. Anesh, if you look at okay, wait. Yeah, we should be closing with your quadratic notes, right? Anesh, we'll start with looking at the quadratic notes and of course at the same time discussing the quadratic one more time. Right. Do you have your quadratic notes?
It's not done yet, honestly.
Then let us do it by today. We need to do something else, right? So let's finish it. Okay. You don't wait lah. You don't wait. You don't discuss other topics. Right.
What about like factorization?
Factorization of quadratics, you mean?
Yeah.
Do you want me to revise that with you?
I think it's better to revise near to exam.
There is no such thing as near to exam, Manish. We discussed this, right? The last week. You still remember the last week before exam, you have to focus on the humanities. Then the first week of exam, you focus on your humanities. You know, that kind of thing. There is no near exam. You want it? We'll talk about it today and put it in your notes.
Nah, because like I think this is the one thing I'll do before the exam because it's a very basic skill. It's required for every question. I'm willing to give time for this, but not further away because I'll forget again. It's like a thing gotta learn, you know.
Then why are you mentioning now if you want to do it later?
Yeah, no, I just made a decision that I'm gonna do it later.
You do as you decide lah. You decide, yeah. your own result should be the base of that decision. Yeah, your own result and your awareness of it, right? Okay. So again, back to the notes. Okay. Do your notes. Let me see it. Whatever it is, you need to have a quadratic note. Okay. I want to clarify one thing. Look at page 11. Just to be very clear.
Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, again,
Okay.
yeah, okay, so page 11, yeah. So again,
Yeah.
Elliot, you're struggling because the quadrant 1 is a bit short. Next time you can just make it wider, yeah. But now this looks quite good already. Okay. So to clarify with you, question 9B is ignored based on syllabus. I have never seen it, you have never asked it, and I don't think I should be teaching you. Okay, so we are hoping that this won't come out based on syllabus. Can yeah?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am talking to you, Anesh.
Oh, sorry, I was tripping. Okay. So question 9B is not part of the syllabus.
Yeah.
Alright.
Ignore it. Okay, we're ignoring it. Can?
Yeah.
Can? I mean, I cannot answer why it's there in the exam. That one I'm confused. Right? Okay. So now, I asked you to ask your teachers a few things. Have your teacher reply?
That circle thing, he said that the picture is unclear, and I literally took it straight off the paper, so I don't know how I can get clearer than that.
Which circle are we talking about? Sorry, which circle are we talking about?
Remember, like there was like this weird circle symbol.
The weird circle.
Circular symbol.
The FOG thingy.
Yeah.
The FOG, and he say it's unclear.
Yeah, really? And then for that, and like he only answers once a day. So he messaged me yesterday at 9 p.m.
And he say that he cannot read the question.
Yeah, and then as for the answer thing, he misread the thing. So I had to clarify for him that he still hasn't.
Which one? Sorry, which one? Sorry, which one?
Like I asked him for the answer key from the end of your paper, and then he thought it was Then he thought it was my revision worksheet, so I had to clarify, and he still hasn't seen that.
So no answer key also?
Not yet.
Not very helpful, yeah? Okay, there's a third question, I believe.
No, there wasn't.
So the third question is this in syllabus? He didn't answer.
The circle thing, yeah. You never asked me to ask the roots thing for him. You just told me to like show you questions.
So there's no answer key also lah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, notes, please. Do you know what to write for your quadratic notes? Please do. There's completing square. There's line of symmetry. There is the type of question that they may ask you. Yeah. Can you clarify where are you making your quadratic notes? On paper, on this Jamboard, combination?
Combination, exactly. It's not fully done yet.
Okay, then can I see them somehow?
It's not done yet. I can combine them, then I'll show you.
Oh, yeah. You're not going to use this Jamboard, yeah? You're going to use a separate Jamboard, right? Because this Jamboard is full of other questions. It's not a good idea. Okay, so yes, please combine in a new Jamboard, and as you progress, yeah, I'll help you, Ken. Please, let's do that. Okay, share with me the Jamboard. So Elliot, is that permanent now?
Yeah.
With the lines and everything?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Yeah, nice. That's going to be very useful. Now, the last one, tangent. People say tangent is the hardest to draw. I think tangent is the stupid easy one to draw. Like just easy, right? Here's how to do it. Observe, I don't draw any help point. Tangent don't need any help point. I draw the asymptote. The asymptote is here and here. The position asymptote must be correct. Can?
Yeah.
So asymptote first, then watch how I draw. Sorry. Mirror image to same thing. Yeah, done. Yeah, done. Tangent. Nothing complicated. Can asymptote first and then draw. It's way easier than sine and cosine. I believe lah, if we are going to do it nicely. Okay, Inesh, any new Jamboard to share? Okay, very nice. That's the correct position, Elliot. Okay. The tangent graph shape is especially, not, yeah, just make sure that you don't touch the asymptote, all right? Just make sure you go vertical, zoop like that, right? Okay, and then do the same there. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Something like that. Yeah. And yeah, voila. I mean, the last quadrant is the nicest, but for tangent graph, it's okay one. It's okay one. It's not very prone to. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Easy peasy, right? So do the same thing lah. When you're confident, make it familiar. Then we can start to learn.
Okay.
Just to confirm, Anesh, any Jamboard to share?
Sure.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like paste everything there.
Correctos. Okay, got it. Okay, going in.
Nothing here yet.
Okay, so
I'm gonna paste stuff in.
yeah, come on, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done already.
Good, Elliot. So now let me take a picture. Just shift a little bit, make it straight. I'm gonna use your, yeah, okay, just a little bit more. Yeah, nice, nice. Okay, just something like that. Okay, I'm gonna copy that. Okay, now we're gonna learn something. You've completed the first part, remember? Draw basic lah, draw basic, and then modify. So just to be very clear to you, Elliot, everything that you see on Jamboard is now permanent, right? Now,
Yeah.
I use a blue. Blue does not mean panel. From now on, you use pencil. You understand? You're going to use pencil on top of this graph, and then you're going to erase and then do something else, erase, do something else. This will be the template. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the graph y equals to sine x, you only have to complete a few things. 1 minus 1, this is 2 pi, and then finally the x-axis. The x-axis. Yeah, done. Understand? That's y equals to sine x. You don't even have to write down. 1 minus 1, 2 pi line. Understand?
Yeah.
I'm going to start our practice with something else. Okay, I'm going to say 2 sine x. 2 minus 2. Done. Understand?
Yeah.
Minus 1. What is minus 1? Well, easy. This is 1. This is minus 3, right? This is therefore minus 1, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The y-axis is no longer there, and this is the common thing. The y-axis will move. That's why I never asked you to draw the y-axis, the x-axis, the x-axis. It's a midline. The midline here, however, extremely important. You still have to draw the midline. Okay, you still have to draw. But to sum up, I have to draw the x-axis also, and that is where I draw it, which is here is 0. Make sense?
Yeah.
And to complete everything, this is 2 pi, and I write the 2 pi not on the midline, even though that's the nicest thing to do, but I cannot. I must write it on the x-axis. Too bad, that's how I draw it. But the midline stays. Do you understand? The midline stays. The midline is the most important line, not the y-axis.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to draw using pencil your first graph. Y equals to 2 sine x minus 1. One more time. Follow what I do. Follow what I do. You draw a basic one. And then what do? This is going to be 2 minus 1, correct? 1, no? It's going to be 0 minus 1, minus 1. It's going to be minus 2 minus 1, minus 3. The 0 is here. That is how I draw the graph y equals to sine x minus 1. Understand?
Yeah.
Use pencil. Ganesh, you've been pasting questions, yeah? I don't mind, but how does this help you before exam?
Hold on, I'm not done yet. That's why I said I'll probably do this outside tuition.
Yeah, so where is it? Where is it, right?
Where is
Where?
what? No, it takes time because like I'm gonna analyze a question and then like put
So
down whatever
when?
is required from.
So when are you going to use it? When? I've been asking you since don't know when.
When am I gonna use what? The notes?
When are you going to write the notes? When? It's not the first time I asked you. This is the third time.
I mean, you want me to do it now? I'm doing it right now.
When are you? Yeah. So do it then. Do it.
Okay.
Then do it. Right? Yeah, you cannot answer the question, when are you going to use it? When are you going to draw it? So do it now lah.
Is it like this?
Would you like to check with Desmos if this drawing is correct?
Okay. I mean, it does look the same.
All right, just to make sure that the y-axis, the position of the midline, the 1, 0, -1, -3, all are good stuff. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to adjust the X scale. So you click the setting button, adjust the X scale from, I guess from -pi to 3pi to give you some leeway. No, from -pi to maybe 5pi is better. You can click the pi on the keyboard that they give you. Do you know how to do that?
No.
And I'm going to share the screen. Can you see my screen? Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Here's the setting button. So for our x-axis, we're going to make it -pi, right? So how? Minus Desmos keyboard. Desmos keyboard, if you make it appear, it will have a pi there, -pi. Okay? Until 5pi, I think we're going to need that. 5pi. With the step of, I guess I'll put it as quarter pi. Very nice. Okay. If you're clear, give it a try, see whether it is better or not at your place.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop screen sharing first. Okay, Ines, sorry for that just now. Yeah. When I screen share, does it disturb your work, Ines? Just check it.
Not really. I mean, I just check once, then I know if it's not related to me, then I just stop.
Understood. Okay. So just to confirm, Elliot, you can do that lah.
Do I change the y-axis?
No need. Y-axis is just usually a simple number, so that's fine. You can make it zoom in. That if that's what you want, that's okay. That's up to you.
Okay.
Okay. Now to confirm, your drawing is correct lah.
Yeah.
As with Desmos, right? So now, the last thing to teach you, there are only 3 modifiers. You see, there are only 3. The first 2 I already showed you. Remember that those 2, for some reason, modifies the y-axis. If you want more explanation, I'm happy to give. If you can accept already, just like that. No? Okay.
Yeah.
The third modifier modifies the x-axis. We haven't done that so far. So, for example, there's a number 3 here. For example, that 3x. Okay. Remember that 3x means you're going to fit 3 signs in 2pi, correct? That's what 3x means. You're going to fit 3 in. So I have a shortcut. Rather than doubling, rather than tripling, okay, if that's because the range is not necessarily to your advantage. Rather than tripling, first, I will say that this is 2pi over 3. And then I'm done, no? And then I will multiply as far as I need. There's a lot of space to multiply. Do you understand what I just did?
Oh, multiply what?
So instead of drawing 3, I have 1 already, correct?
Yeah.
I will simply acknowledge that the first one ends at 2pi over 3. It's no longer 2pi. Make sense?
Yeah.
Then I have finished my drawing, except for the fact that I still have to check the range. There's some range. Maybe the range will be, I don't know, minus pi to pi. Then I simply just have to complete the range. But my 2 pi over 3 will always be needed no matter what the range. Do you understand what I just said?
Yeah.
So this 2 pi over 3 is always important. So I just finish it first. And then I figure out how to extend the range from minus pi to pi if that is what they want. Understand?
Yes.
Today, I'm not going to teach you the range. You're going to practice that using the textbook. I'm just going to teach you, the modifier 3 simply means I modify 2 pi over 3 and I am done, except for the range, of course. That's it. Now, give it a try in Desmos. Correct or not? 2 pi over 3. Is it okay, Elliot? Is it 2 pi over 3? If you cannot see the 2 pi over 3, you can modify the scale, right? You can modify the step of the scale so that you can be certain. You can modify as, pi over 3, something like that, the steps.
Okay.
But just to make sure that you're correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you can see, I handle the modifier very easily, not by changing the graph, but by changing the number. That is what I'm trying to teach you. Okay? You give me the modifier, I don't bother, I draw the same thing, but I change the number and then I'm correct. No? That's it. Easy peasy.
Okay.
Now, I want you to make your own question. When you make your own question, all you have to do is just erase the non-permanent part, correct? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me 3 numbers, please. 3 random numbers.
7,
Okay, sure.
1, then 2.
Let's not do 1. Let's not do 1.
7, 4, 3.
Like that. Okay.
Okay.
So the challenge is to do this with pencil. That's it. Without drawing a new one.
So I erase what I have on the graph.
Does that make sense? Is that okay?
Yeah.
You should. You should. You need to. But the permanent part stays permanent.
I go toilet first.
Okay. Okay, Ainesh, I'm still waiting for your typing. Maybe you can make it appear first, maybe.
Hold on, just give me another 30 seconds.
Okay. What you're saying is correct. I hope that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good summary of the question.
How do this part?
Sorry.
This part is this is 2, right? Then
Okay.
-3. Won't it become like a negative?
Okay, so watch how I do, yeah. So I'm going to, I'm not going to jump to the direct answer immediately, right? So that's not what I'm doing. So first, normally is 1, 0, -1, correct? That's just the basic thing, right?
Yeah.
Then 7 first lah. So this is 7, -7, and 0, right?
Oh,
Correct or not? And then -3, which is 4, -3, -10. You see how I think? Does that make sense?
okay.
Yeah, frankly speaking, it is easier to write and then cancel. It's easier for the mind, at least at the start. I actually I think that's a very good idea. And in exam, there's no penalty for doing that. So again, what I do is 1, 0, -1, and then 7, 0, -7, and then scratch, scratch, scratch lah. 4, -3, -10, easy. Correct or not? I am
Yeah.
not teaching you to write down by yourself because I'm doing it already. So, what you're writing doesn't matter for you. You're just copying me. Right? Now, having said that, you still can handle the 4 and you still have to draw the y-axis. So see whether you can do that. Okay, later practice again with another.
Maybe like this.
Right. Okay, so the 2 pi over 4 is definitely correct. You don't even have to simplify to half pi. Do you understand? Remain 2 pi over 4 until you need to simplify. It's not a necessarily good thing to simplify to half pi. Now, regarding the 0, you must acknowledge that the 0 is slightly below the half point. It's slightly further from 4 and closer to -3, although not so much. You drawing in the middle is already quite good. But just to be a bit more accurate, there you go. Later on, you'll see why this is important. I'm just training you to be sensitive. Okay?
Yeah.
Just a little bit down, and then, yeah, let's call it a good thing. Yeah, that's it. I don't want to ask you to divide it to 7. So maybe no need like that. So y-axis, and there is your 0, and everybody's. Okay, does this make sense?
Yeah.
Now, in the Jamboard, make your own question. Okay, you type down your question first, and then you make it.
Okay.
Okay, Ainesh, waiting for your typing to appear.
Yeah. Can I go to the toilet? I need to, man.
Sure thing, sure thing. Good. 50 minus 5, right? Good. Then adjust. Seven, eight,
Then this one negative bar.
yeah, it's okay. What? 5 minus 7 is -2. What? It's okay. Hey, don't erase. Just cancel. It's okay. What? It's okay. What? Even in exam, that's totally a good. This is totally fine thing to do. Don't say 5 minus 7. Just say -2 lah. Okay. Just say -2 immediately. Then that -5 minus 7. Just say it's -12 lah. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Then immediately you find 0 because that's what you must find. Correct. So where is 0? Okay, you must find the 0. So yeah, it's somewhere. It's somewhere. Now, why are you finding your 0 in the middle of -2 and -7? That doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
But if you're trying to divide that by 5, I guess that makes some sense. Now, why are you putting your 0 below -2? You're not making any sense.
-2 is here.
That's not -2. Your -2 is on top. What are you talking about? Okay,
Are
there's
you?
no -2. Yeah, right down there is -2 lah. Right, and then where is your 0? Important. Okay, think slightly closer lah. Yeah, something around there lah. Yeah, that kind of makes sense as a range. Yeah, feeling wise, that's good. And then you draw your y-axis, right? So then you're very happy. And then you can finally decide on the modifier 9, which is, what do you do? Just click as pi over 9. And then you're done. Okay. Simple, right?
Yeah.
Now, check your decimals. And then let's move on to cos. Ines, are you okay?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks correct.
That's fine. Okay. I hope I gave you an impression that it is kind of easy to sketch a nice and good graph. Okay, because with cosine and tangent, it won't differ much one, especially with tangent. Tangent is just so easy. You check it out later. So try some cosine, try some tangent. Maybe our time will run out, but tomorrow you can jump directly to your hardest question, I guarantee. Okay, so try your cosine, try your tangent.
Do I just choose like any number?
Oh yeah, yeah. You can even try minus some more, right? So for example, the front is minus what you do, right? That does happen. That does happen. Okay. Anesh, I'm definitely following and I can understand what you're writing. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Oh. Anything else to write down so far?
Nah.
Okay. I'm going to show you the completing square. Okay. So, in page 5 here. So I am showing you the completing square for the question in page 4 because I promise you, right? And you can see for yourself whether it is better or worse because I think your school is a little bit obsessed with completing square. That's the feeling that I get lah. So hopefully you can benefit from it, right? Your school's question is a bit difficult to predict. So I guess that's just my feeling lah. So hopefully it's correct. Okay. Okay, I'm putting it in your notes. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, here's the first principle I give you as a guideline. Completing square is strongly related to symmetry and max min point. Just to confirm what I type, is it something new for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it is new, then remember that because one of the main purposes of completing square is to find the maximum minimum point extremely easily. Like this is, if you do completing square, the maximum minimum point is with you already. It's just there to grab. And obviously the line of symmetry is the maximum minimum point. Am I making any sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So now here's the line of symmetry. He even give us, hey, maybe I should complete the square, right? So now, can you complete the square if the equation looks like this?
I mean, no, because I don't have too many unknown variables.
Your your school probably wouldn't care in the sense that they will make your life difficult by giving you this unknown, this P and Q, and they will still expect you to be able to do it, of course, with the unknown. They're not asking you to do it by finding the P and Q first and then do it. No, they're asking you to do it with the unknown. So the unknown will be there. Look. Okay, as weird as that sounds. So this is how it will look like, right? So I'm trying to complete the square with the unknown still intact, right? So again, fx is equal to p, I have to take it up, square plus q over p, and then plus 22. This be okay?
Okay.
Now, according to the formula of the completing square, right?
Wait, Q, sorry. You say Q by Q.
That's Q by P, yes, correct. It doesn't
I
make
thought
sense.
it's divided by 2.
I haven't completed the square. There's no square yet.
Oh, sorry.
But this is my preparation stage. If you don't understand that I have to prepare like this, then well, you are supposed to. This is very important. I have to make this one first before I can do any completing square. One. That's my purpose. That's the purpose. So I have to kick out the P. Okay, I have to. If you don't understand this, then better note it down. I guarantee you that's correct all the time. Okay, so I've done my preparation and then I can now complete the square by ignoring the P. I'm just focusing on this guy, right? Now I have the square. Here's my plus 22, right? So here's my x, and then it will be a plus, and then as you say, it will now be, well, q over 2p, right? Q over 2p. And then I will have a minus q over 2p square outside. Okay, that is the very traditional way of completing the square, which is very similar to what you did in what happened in page 2. Now, look at what happened in page 2. They even do it for you, so to speak. They even do the completing square for you. You just compare. I'm just doing a very similar thing with them.
Okay. Wait, why are you writing everything?
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me explain why I'm doing this. If you know how to do this, it's not particularly difficult. It's a normal completing square, but with unknowns. Just stick with the unknowns, right? This is the reason why I'm doing it, because this form immediately gives you the line of symmetry usually. The line of symmetry is this guy with a minus, which means this is equal to 1.75, right? I'm using what they did. In the previous method,
I don't get it.
okay, one more time. In the previous method, I don't completing the square, right? This is what I did, correct? This has a problem. Why? 1 unknown, 2 unknown, 3 unknowns. The 3 unknowns is a problem and we cannot use it. So we have to be creative with what, correct?
Yeah.
Because we cannot use this. But this situation, I can use. This is just 2 unknown. I can use this immediately. So there is an advantage in this approach. Okay. That's the result of this approach. Now you tell me what you didn't get. Elliot, if you have checked with Desmos and the tangent, and then that's fine. We'll call it a day. Tomorrow we'll try the textbook.
But for the tangent graph, after as the numbers get bigger, it just looks like straight lines.
Precisely. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, it doesn't really matter much. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Right. So that's okay. It's gonna be okay. Tangent graph will be easier than expected. Not gonna be hard. Okay.
Okay.
For you, you can call it a day. Tomorrow, you immediately will refer to this paper, don't use it, and then you're going to use this to answer your textbook questions, and I find you will find it quite manageable. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
One more time, Anesh. Which part you do not get? Which section, which part, which step? Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I was just reading everything.
So,
okay.
are you going to answer my question?
I think I understand it. It's a little bit complicated. I'm probably still going for the 3 unknowns thing just because it's more familiar. But
I'm sorry. You cannot go for a 3 unknowns. That's a dead end. You have to be creative, right?
Okay.
You understand? You cannot go for a 3 unknown one. It's a dead end. That's why we do something else. Do you understand that?
So do I always assume that 3 unknowns is a dead end?
Well, let me put it this way. Okay, this is the basics of the math. If you have 3 unknowns, you need how many equations? Why are you thinking?
3 equations.
3 equations. That's it. That's it. 3 unknown, 3 equations. That's the basic principle. Whether you understand that or not, that will be true. So right now, if you have the 3 unknown with 1 equation, it is not helping you solve the problem because, well, you're adding an unknown, so you need to add another equation. Wait a minute. Can I have a third equation? In this case, I don't think so. That's the problem. Okay. In other cases, if you use 3 unknown and you have 3 equations, then everybody is happy. It's still a little bit hard to solve, but it is doable. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you want to find 2 unknowns, get 2 equations, preferably not by adding another unknown. Preferably.
Okay.
Makes sense, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I'm showing you this not just because it is a better method. That's actually not the point. The point is, I'm trying to communicate to you that completing square has a relationship with the line of symmetry. And that is probably what they will exploit. Because in this question, they exploited in the you check out this. Oh my goodness. You check out page 2 for a while. Check out page 2 for a while. Are you in page 2?
Yeah.
Right. So this guy, okay, 7/4, right? Because you found A as 4, correct?
Yeah.
7/4. 7/4 minus, right? So x equals to minus 7/4 is the line of symmetry. That. It's just that they don't use it here, but if they want to, it's already available. And I can tell you that they expect you to know this. It's just a matter of whether they will exploit it or not. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So let's assume that they will exploit, so it's good for you to know. Okay. I'm just adding this, not not to confuse you, but hopefully when you practice next time, you can use this. All right. This is still my note. I'm putting it in your note, but you modify it however you want. Okay. With this, the quadratic note has one more thing left, right?
Yeah.
The factorization. How to factorize. Let's talk about when to discuss this so we can book the time. When? Is it next week or is it like 2 days before exam? You do have 2 days before exam for math.
Let's do this 2 days before exam. I think that's pretty good.
The 2 days before exam. So it's
Yeah.
like the Saturday or the Saturday, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So there
You'll be doing tuition on Saturday?
I'm not sure, but it's your final exam. Whatever that day is, I will be with you, right? Exam.
Thank you.
For today, you have done your notes. Whether it's enough or not, let's see what happens. Now, Kevin, Aina here. When you do your notes, how do you feel?
When they come out nice, I feel pretty good.
Did it come out nice? I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's pretty good. It's pretty okay.
Now, how do you feel when you are doing it actually?
I don't understand the question.
Doing the notes, like making the notes, is a different feeling or a different activity from actually doing a question.
I feel like I'm doing the question all over again when I'm doing notes, which is good.
Okay, so you feel good if that's what I mean, right? So you feel good when you're making the notes, right? Okay? You feel good after making the notes, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel before that? So what does it mean by before making the notes? When I keep telling you to make the notes and you don't make the notes, how does it feel? I know how I feel, but how do you feel?
I don't know. Maybe. Sorry. I mean, I feel good better now because now I feel like I'm more secure in the topic.
Which feels like the purpose of making notes. Right?
Yeah.
It feels like it. Like I definitely agree with you, like your feeling. Like I think you're on a better position than 1 hour ago. You have this note. When you're doing it, you're already feeling. I am guessing that that's not the feeling you have when you haven't made the notes and me keep reminding you. That's not the feeling. It doesn't feel good, right? You're procrastinating. Having said that, even you immediately realize the value when you're doing it. And after doing it, even better. Correct?
Yeah.
Just know that about yourself. Whatever else you may feel, when you're doing the notes, it feels like the right thing to do. That's not a bad feeling. Don't have to say after finish. After you finish, of course you will feel good. So don't remain too much on the side of haven't made the note. You understand? Yeah. Don't remain too much on that side. Right? It's not the right position, and it's also not the nice feeling also. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow, the 4:30 slot. Okay?
Sure.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.